Okay, now we need a new one for Boris. Excuse me. So Boris is probably the one I know the least about. The least I know what to do with. Boris. Let's bring up Boris here and see what we got. Boris is our dwarven fighter. Abilities. He's in the military. He's a former soldier, or a soldier. A scout. Scout captain. Yep, there's our second win. I must have accidentally copied it and dragged it somewhere else. Oh. Yeah. Notes. Lost too many friends. I'm slow to make new ones, but he is diplomatic, has a sheltered upbringing, and is reckless. He is responsible. I obey authority. Lay down my life. So that's we also use one of the backgrounds for Boris to help us out. So a crusading warrior and a champion has maybe run across Boris several times as he's out patrolling. I don't know his mentor. Yes, his instructor was a gladiator. Yeah, his instructor years ago now. Was a gladiator, former gladiator, which is pretty cool. He is a sinister fighter too, so he likes to taunt his enemies. He's very boisterous, that's for sure. Yeah, so a friend and a mentor has definitely told him to go. Mentor. We won't say friend and mentor, we'll just say friend. Has advised him to check out Greenest 2. To deal in regard to the cult of the dragon. Okay, so that's what we have. So he's in the military, he served, he's been a scout. Let's see, I have some notes I wrote down about him I was thinking about the other day. A scout. Yeah, so I have an idea that the cult has been raiding a few farms of the dwarves. Or dwarven farms. So dwarves can't live only under the mountains around their kind of fortress dwarven stronghold. There are some farms and woods in which they gather resources, and the cultists have been increasingly a problem in this area for them. He is part of a group. Yeah. So close to the mountains, they have their farms. Can't do everything underground. Most things, anyways, you can't do underground. Most you can do, sorry, not everything. And his friend, Anthar has advised him to check out Greenest because there's some cultist activity in the area. So maybe he gets permission to lead a team. No, he doesn't get permission. He gets permission to go alone. The dwarfs... the dwarven stronghold don't think it's that big of a deal. The cultists have been around for centuries. Always a fly buzzing, nothing big. He thinks it's getting worse, and they have to take the fight to them. They have to take the fight to them. There we go. Yeah. He can go alone and check it out. Maybe hire some adventurers, join some caravans, and report back. They're nice enough to him that they're willing to do that. They'll let him do that. Okay, so let's do another encounter. I want Boris. Let's get our two big fighters involved. Boris is going to be scouting, okay, while tracking some cultists. He runs. Do we want him to have fought in the same battle as Rex? Not together, but in the same village. So these cultists are raiding this town. Rex has come in from the woods with his catch and is caught off guard and chases one or two of them down towards the end. But Boris is watches them go, how they operate, how they're doing things, gathering intel. And yeah, puts them in the same area. I think it's a good idea. And then decides taking one alive, if possible. Especially as they're retreating, they're pulling back, they're all laden down with their goods. Some are wounded. Oh, that's it. That's it. He catches that wounded guy from Rex. The wounded cultist, Rex, from Rex, clear from Rex, is a juicy target to capture and interrogate. Is there a spell checker in this? I don't know. Paragraph types, headings, list, links. Ooh, I didn't even know I could do any of this. Chat frame. Ah, I can turn it into a chat? Interesting. And then I can click on it whenever I want. That's really cool. This game never ceases to surprise me. Oh, can I undo that? I don't want it a chat frame anymore. Body text. There we go. That's pretty cool. Yeah. But this cultist, they're level 1. So this cultist has a buddy helping him get away. And Boris is going to seize the opportunity and try to capture one alive and interrogate him. So let's play out that encounter. Oh, notes. Where did my notes go? Boris, I want to put your notes at the bottom here as a hotbox. Control just 4. Oops. Maybe I need my number pad. Whatever, it's on the top. Okay, so we'll put that away. We will get rid of our maps. We will pull out our map image items, not images. We will get our basic map. Oops, I have to do this to delete the token. We'll get rid of them. Further up the road, we'll just use this as the same map. We have our combat tracker. We have Boris. Boris the dwarf. Boris, who is going to catch these guys off guard from the trees. Going to be a little bit more sneaky than our other guy. And we need our cultists again. NPC cultists. I need to drag you. One of you. Oh, that's right. The dragon head. Two of you. Now there should be like an initiative. Roll NPC initiatives. Roll all initiatives. And ooh, Boris. Boris is quick. He'll go up first. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. One of our cultists, remember, needs to be wounded. Because he was wounded by... I can do it from here. Make it visible. He was wounded by cultist number 2. He was wounded by Rex. So here we go. He already has 5 wounds. He is heavily wounded. He is limping. I could even add a status effect to him, but let's see. Oops. Crippled, intoxicated, unconscious, turn, stunned, stable, restrained, prone, encumbered, grappled. No, none of those really fit. He's just weak. We'll say he only has half movement or something if he wants to run away. We want to pull up our targets. There we go. Okay, I think that's all we need to do. Oh, we need... Where does Boris go? Here's Boris. Okay, we have... He has a light crossbow, and he has a great battle axe. What do you think Boris would do? Do you think he would just... Let's see, let's look at... No, he's a taunter. He's a sinister fighter. He is not... He's not going to just snipe them. He is going to surprise them and just pop out on the road. He's just going to pop out and be like, dude, I'm here. Surrender or die. He knows they're wounded. It's obvious. Did I get rid of his sheet again? We don't even need this whole sheet. We just need this little space we can put down here. Keep our combat tracker up here. Boris over here. Go. So, yeah, he's also reckless. Perfect. So he tries to negotiate. Surrender now. I'm taking you in basically. Oops, no, we need to round, not round 5. Anyways, so Boris will see if he can get them to do a... I wonder if it works for, like, skills, too. If I do, like, a persuasion, which he's not very good at. No, intimidation. Much better. He's going to try to intimidate these guys into surrendering. Now, is there a way I can choose as my target the cultists? And I can do intimidation on them. Boris skill prof. And that did not work. Is there a way to make them do an opposed intimidation check? So intimidation is charisma. No, let's just roll one and we can RP it. We can RP it. We don't need the dice to do everything for us. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure out dice right now. Okay, so because the last one was all messed up, I just want to roll skill. He got a Porsche sheet is too big. There we go. He got a 16. He rolled even better last time. He got a 16 on his intimidation. Okay. So he tries to intimidate the cultists into surrender. That's a pretty high roll. So I think definitely the weaker, the injured cultist wants to give up. But his friend is a fanatic and says, "No, we will fight. We'll kill this stupid dwarf." Or we'll take him. We'll take him hostage, not the other way around. You're the one who's going to be taken hostage, my friend, not me. And we have to come up with some good dwarven insults. Insert dwarven insult. Dwarven insult. There we go. We have our dwarven insults. He slays them, and we're in battle. And we're gonna it's just gonna be a straight up fight. Maybe he was back here. This is cultist number 2. He wants to take one alive. His best bet is probably the wounded guy. He's not gonna fight him directly. He's just gonna handle his buddy first. So good old Boris is going to use his great axe. Oh god, he's got +5. It's a D12 +3 slashing damage. This cultist is going down. I'll double click. Yep, there it is. Hit. He rolled a 22. Goodbye, cultist. Thanks for playing. And damage. There's very few rolls where he survives. Oh, he's still alive! Oh, the irony. I say there's very few rolls in which he can survive it, and he does. A massive hit. A massive hit. Yeah. Massive hit. To the guy, to C1, and almost just drops him in one. Yeah, he's trying to take care of his friend, which is causing a problem. That's the problem right there. Then surface ale. I like that. I like that. I will copy and paste that into our thing. There we go. That's one of our growing list of dwarven insults. Let's actually make a new note. Let's call this new note Dwarven Insults. And we'll put that in there. Your spine is weaker. Your spine is weaker than surface ale. Weak as water. Weak as water. There we go. Oh, the music stopped again. I'm in a battle. I need my epic music. There we go. There we go. Okay, so spine is weaker than ale. Perfect. Our dwarven insults. Need lots of those for Boris. Okay, so he does a massive hit. Drops in one, trying to take care of his friend. Probably has a good laugh about that. Okay, and then it's cultist number one's turn. I already know what he's doing. He's going to C1. Just like lets go of his buddy and attacks. He's kind of holding onto him. This attack is not going to work. Just kind of shrugs him off, lets him go, and he goes in to try to return the favor. Boris. So scimitar attack. 10? Oops, I didn't do it on Boris. Okay, here we go. Oh, even worse. Swing and a miss. You can't juggle a wounded buddy, a massive axe in your shoulder, and return a hit. Just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Then his buddy. Let's see what his buddy can do. His buddy is also going to target Boris. And he's actually less wounded than his friend. So he helps himself up and swings for another miss. Boris has got big armor, right? Let's check his inventory. Yeah, he's got chainmail. This guy, he's got 18 AC. These poor cultists aren't gonna do anything. He's gonna get his captor. His prisoner, sorry. He's going to capture them. Okay. So, he misses. Boris laughs. We need insult. That's your job, right, girl? Look, do some Google searching and find me some dwarven insults we can add. Both attack and miss. Swinging. Swinging poorly. Boris is a trained fighter. And these guys are not. And they are not. They're cultists. Yeah, they've ransacked a few villages, killed some villagers and some town guards, but not a scout captain. We've never met one of these ones before. Not to mention the armor. Okay, and he swings again. It's his turn. Back to Boris's turn. He is going to target the first cultist again, finish him off. Actually, what does he do? This guy's pretty wounded. The other guy's wounded. You can only take one of them. Yeah, finish the guy off you're attacking. It'll make for good roleplay when we can introduce, he was almost killed before, and then they can find out it was each other. So he's just gonna finish this guy off. Another great axe swing. I really wish there was like a double click minimize. Here we go. 13 is a hit. Oops. It's a hit. He does his massive axe swing again. Damage exceeded by 6 death points. He is dying. Unconscious. Knocks him on the ground. Oh look, it even gives me the option to remove him now that he is dead. Good, so his buddy's dead. Boris turns to this guy and says, surrender or die. This guy says, do you think he's had enough? I need to have him roll a... Is this a save throw? Can I have him roll like a Wisdom saving throw. That's a wisdom check. Is a wisdom check the same as a wisdom saving throw, or is that a little bit different? I think he just rolls a wisdom. Right. It is technically different, but like PCs have saving throws, saves, right? Which is usually similar to their attributes, abilities, plus their bonus, their specialized saving throws. But NPCs don't. Oh, they have saving throws. They have advantage against saving throws for being charmed or frightened. He was intimidation. Yeah, let's give him advantage. How do I give him advantage on a saving throw? And make him make a check. I know it automatically does it. Dark Devotion effect, charmed. Oh, he can give it to Boris? What? That doesn't make. No, he needs to cast it on himself, maybe? Then I do Dark Devotion? Where'd it go? Effect calmed on cultist 2. Now he makes a wisdom throw. That's a good one. And 15. That should be good enough to save, because I think the standard DC is of a save or something is just like 12 or something. They would have saved either way. So that means Boris has to take another attack and then has to knock this guy out. Oops, not against the cultist. Against Boris. He got a 20, so that's a hit. Now if I do damage, they're gonna do it to Boris? It did, okay. He does manage to stab him, maybe in the leg. He's down low on the ground and he just pulls a dagger out real quick. His sword slashes out, clips him in the leg or something. Your face is bare as a newborn's past. Take it. Dwarven insults. Okay. Okay. Very good. And then he says fine. He'll do an attack. He'll do an attack. Boris's turn. I didn't move him, anyways. That's it's selected. That's still a hit. He will do damage. He'll do non-lethal damage. Make sure we declare that. And it's exactly enough to knock him out. Perfect. So, where did my Boris Prologue go? Next in house, trained fighter. Kills one and tries again to get him to surrender. Doesn't work. Knocks him unconscious and drags him off. Waits for him to recover. And then waits for him to recover and then interrogates him. Screen. Interrogates him about the cult and learns about them going to Greenest. What do you think? Is Boris the kind of guy who will kill his prisoner? He's a gladiator. His instructor was a gladiator? Gladiators kill their... I surrender, I surrender. I don't care. Die. You don't think he is? Right, girl? I mean, the guy is almost dead anyways. Ah, diplomatic. Yeah. What does he do? Does he just leave him tied up to a tree? Or does he... What does he do with the prisoner? Does he leave him tied somewhere? Or does he take him to a town and hand him over to the guards? I kind of like the idea that he is diplomatic, but these guys are... gives them to the villagers. Yeah, he's also responsible. I do what I must and obey just authority. So he is a... He is lawful. So he takes him. He takes him to the town. The same town or a new town? Yeah, the same town. This is like a day or two later, right? Yeah. At least the next day. Maybe the next morning. The next morning, and turns him over to the villager, who lock him up somehow. Put him in the stockade or something. Yeah, to serve justice. Yeah. I'll let you decide his punishment. Yeah, they are the law in the area, so he'll let them serve the justice. Great, that should do. Then he heads off for Greenest. And that should do it. There we go. We have our backstories for our characters.